Welcome back to the Weekly Recap. Joey and Dave talking about what happened this week, what music we like, and what's going on in the world. So, starting off, Dave, Puma making big moves. I mean, I don't think I've ever seriously talked about Puma in a while, in a long, long time, but they just locked down A$AP Rocky for their F1 division, which is sick because that's in addition to Rihanna and the whole Fendi thing going on with them, resurging that. So Puma's successfully locked down the most fashionable couple in the history of ever, which is sick for them. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I feel like this is the step into the spotlight for Puma for sure because, I mean, they're a large brand. They're always going to make money. They're always going to be like a top 10 brand, but I feel like this kind of puts them in the conversation with the New Balances, with the Asics, with the Nikes, with the Adidas now. With that, hopefully, I mean, that's what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
Right? Is try to be that top tier brand. But yeah, really cool. I like all the stuff I saw from the Rocky and the F1, and also just jumping on that trend and kind of catching that little flame with F1 popularity right now is smart.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some of the shoes they've been putting out too, and it's like, they're kind of, some of them are similar to like the Yeezy 700, but less chunky, a little cleaner.
Yeah.
But then it's still got like some of the aesthetics from like the LaMelo shoes, which are also sick and huge in the basketball world right now.
Yeah.
So I just love the fact that it's a little shake up in the industry. I mean, we talked about in our fashion video of fashion trends of the fall. If you haven't seen that, check that out after this. But with the shake up in shoes coming, Nike's kind of hitting the decline right now, while Adidas, New Balance, Asics are kind of on the up. And I like how Puma's kind of hitching their wagon to that and really kind of going up as well, which is just fun.
Yeah.
Change up.
Yeah. I was also just reading about the Rocky direction that he wants to take this stuff, and it's cool because he'll go in and he'll be like very hands-on. Even with the photo shoots, they were saying like most celebrities, they'll go in, they'll take the pictures, then they'll just kind of leave. They'll be like, all right, cool. And
Yeah.
made my appearance, I'm gonna go. But he's like, all right, cool, I want it like this, and he directs it, and he's just very hands-on with the vision while also being the face of it, which is
sick.
dope. Like, that's what you want. You want a full cohesive vision, which is thumbs up to that.
Maybe this will be like a new Yeezy.
Maybe that'll be the new powerhouse.
If anyone can do it, it's fucking Rocky and Rihanna.
Yeah, and I feel like if he just has the support and the funds and just the team to do it,
All he needs is the infrastructure.
yeah, I think he can go a long way with that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's just exciting. Oh, did you see the list of things where women won't go on first dates to?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Did you look at the list itself?
I did, and I mean,
I'm going to pull it up.
I get
Some of them
I
are very
get
reasonable.
some of it, like the Chili's, the fast foods, the Cheesecake Factory was the number one, which I was like,
That's so surprising.
I get that because it's kind of like I could see it as being a little trashy, but it's also just a fine place, you know? It's not bad. And yeah, I was just like, what the hell? And you go down the list and there's like coffee shops on there, like just very normal things. I'm like, okay, cool, I got it. Great. Just go somewhere a little bit more elevated. But where are we supposed to go if I don't even know who you are and this is our first date?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to spend $100.
I get like the kind of the whole gist of it is like, I don't want to go to one of these big chain restaurants.
Yeah.
But like Red Lobster's on here. Granted, you're talking to a guy that hasn't been single in over a decade. So it's like, I have no experience with going on first dates in the adult world. But it's like, coffee dates? Come on. Like, that's a nice, wholesome date for so, especially if you have like a coffee shop person, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
What really gets me is sporting events. Now, granted, if you're like a really aggressive like sporting fan, or like you're gonna go like face painted up and like expect them to kind of follow that suit, that's a lot. But if you're like casually going to a baseball game, you buy some like $20 tickets or whatever, like that's great.
It's something to do.
Great way to just sit. You can enjoy some good food. And I'm advocating for who knows out there, like not even myself with this, so it doesn't really matter. But I just like the fact that Waffle House is on here too.
I just think that these things are just, they're so outrage fueled. They're just like, well, where am I supposed to go? I
What
think
am I supposed to do now?
I think it's just girls make this shit just to upset men on the internet.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you don't make it easy to go anywhere, and this is the problem with women nowadays. But it's just not that deep, man. It's not that deep.
It's not. And like ice cream dates is on here. That's a good one. The gym is funny. Like
I saw that too.
how hard
I saw that too.
you want to go to the gym with me
Well,
later? There are fitness people out there.
There are fitness people, and if you're both into fitness, then it's fine. It's just you got to be both into the same thing.
Yeah, like if you're in that niche and you find someone in that niche, it's like going to like a Comic-Con thing or like a cosplay thing.
Right.
If people are about that, they're about that. If they're about that sports team, then they're going to be about going to the game. If they don't give a fuck, like you can still make it casual and do these things. I mean, not like Comic-Con, but like
That's a little bit more, but yeah.
it can get a little more intense. But yeah, it's really funny. Hookah bars on here.
Yep. Saw that.
A bar just for drinks. I think that's the most outraged one on there. Like
Yeah.
that's what most
People do
people
all the
do.
time.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, I mean, that's a list of basically everything. Like,
Yeah.
what are you supposed to do?
Local restaurants and picnics.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or
That's
like
all
a
you
walk. Yeah.
got. Yeah. That's just funny, man. I just love that.
It's just tough out here to do the right thing nowadays on TikTok. Everything is wrong. Everything is cringe. Everything is an ick.
Yeah. Thank God I don't have to deal with that, man.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Last thing. Did you see the self-checkout machines are asking for tips?
I did see that.
What the fuck is that, man?
Yeah.
I'm not tipping a machine.
I feel like I thought I saw that before, but maybe not, because there was all the articles that were written about it very recently. So I think I just saw other like coffee shops and like every tablet has a
Yeah.
tip choice.
Yeah, because
But
they always do it
self-checkout's
for like
crazy.
jobs that you never think about tipping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they're getting a not normal wage. They're getting minimum wage or above. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a server where they're getting less than that, and tipping is where they get their money.
Yeah.
Like coffee shop people. Call me an asshole, but I don't tip many coffee shop people. Unless they're like really friendly or something, or like I ask them for a recommendation. They're like, oh, I love this thing, man. Get this. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. Like, if I'm just getting coffee from Starbucks, like a nitro
Mhm.
cold brew, you just pour that shit in a cup. I did that shit. I didn't get tipped for it.
Right. Yeah. I think the only thing I think about nowadays is just, and the article kind of alluded to this too. It's just kind of a harder time in the economy, so they're asking for more tips because the money doesn't go as far and blah 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 blah. But there's not a person at the self checkout, and that's
Yeah.
why it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why it's fucking stupid.
Right.
Like, yeah, going back to like tipping a person versus a machine, I have no problem tipping a person for doing a job
Yeah.
or doing a job. But tipping a machine
And
just for scanning my items.
It's also just going to the corporation. Like I'm just tipping Giant.
Yeah.
Like what?
I'm
Why?
not going to go tip Wegmans more or something because I went to self-checkout.
Yeah. I don't think it's being split amongst the employees that work at that one particular place.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So
It's just, it's wild. But I think it just relies on like the autonomy that people go through because like there are probably people, and I'm sure there's a lot of them, which is a good thing. They see tip and they're like, 10%, 15% on those like
yeah.
little tablet
They're just
things.
like
And they're
going
like,
through their day, half asleep.
yeah,
Just like clicking it. Yeah.
those are the people they're going to get with that.
Yep.
And I hope, I'm sure one day in my life I'll see it and I'll accidentally hit it and I'll be like, fuck. And there's no person there to be like, how can I go back? The
Yeah.
machine's just like, nope, I got your money now.
It's all mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I got for news.
That's
this
some
week.
fun news, though.
It is.
Lighthearted, fun, exciting news.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So let's go into new music.
Yep.
It was an interesting week for new music. Obviously, Taylor dropped. So with a mega artist putting out a new thing, like
Mhm.
not many other artists are going to drop shit. So it's kind of a light week. A lot of singles.
Yeah. A lot of singles. I didn't listen to much of the Taylor stuff.
Oh, yeah. I hear it from Sydney. I don't need to
Yeah.
put it on. I'll know all the words to the songs by the end of the year.
Well, do you want to highlight your one single?
Yeah, I'll highlight my one single. Let's shout out Devin again, man. Her last single wasn't our favorite, but this one, Still Can't Dress Myself. It's kind of back to her old styling in the music, but still a little more like emotional, soft in the verses, and I really like it. I think it's a fun little switch up, and she releases. She's on tour right now, tiny tour, but she's out. She's doing her thing, and she released this while on tour. I think it's a lot of fun, and I love seeing this chick keep dropping music and keep dropping bangers because she's good at what she does.
Yeah, I like this song too. I think it's more of the older style, which I like, and it has a cool little breakdown part in it again, which is nice. And yeah, it's a good song. Shout out Devin again.
Shout out Devin.
I got a couple here. I got 3 songs. I got the first one, "Fuck" by Michael Motorcycle, but it's just F-U-K. There's no C in this one.
Michael Motorcycle.
Michael Motorcycle drops a single like every week. Like he's on his shit, man. Michael Motorcycle is here to stay. But yeah, no, the song's just cool. It's another just banger, man. The guy croons out his little songs, and I love it. Keep him coming, Michael Motorcycle.
Shout out Michael Motorcycle.
The next one is "What Just Happened," the Kid Leroy. I was gonna say the Kid LaCroix.
Kid LaCroix.
Kid Leroy.
After
I never call him the Kid Leroy. I just say Kid Leroy, so that like sounded weird. But yeah,
he added the.
I know.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't love it. I think it's just better as Kid Leroy, but that's his artistic decision, so whatever. But yeah, I think this song is cool. I don't listen to a ton of Kid Leroy. I obviously know his music, but this song is like just kind of a rock pop song, and I fuck with it. Not rock pop, but it's a little bit more in your face, which is cool. Did you listen to this?
No, I didn't listen to any music. I was just not in the mood for it yesterday.
Yeah.
I was just working my ass off, and I just needed to like get amped up with some pop punk. But I am very excited for this. I actually realized that I really missed Kid Leroy because he hadn't dropped anything in 2 years or a year and a half or whatever. And I was like, man, I can't wait for him to put out new music, because he came on one of my playlists the other day, and I was like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the one with the horns where he's got So Done on there, and his last album.
Yeah.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
And his new album's coming out, I think, next week or in the next couple weeks. It's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Just announced it. So lead single. I need to listen to this.
Yeah, it's good. It's just really clean and nice. He's just a good artist.
He is good.
He's just a quality guy. And then the last one, "Snake at the Altar," the South Hill Experiment, Bard and Goldwatch. I don't really know if I'm saying any of those right. But I see them drop music a lot. That South Hill Experiment is just, I think it's a little collective of some of these pop people that make these songs. And "Snake at the Altar" came out, and it's pretty good. It's kind of like a lower key song, but it's still nice. It's a good vibe. And that's my 3. It's my 3 for this week. Been bumping? Anything?
Oh, yeah. I've been bumping. So this is kind of a mix between new music and been bumping, because it came out like 2 weeks ago. "Ready to Eat" by Beauty School Dropout. It's a pop punk banger of an album. It is so good. I've been like locked in at work, like doing a bunch of coding shit. And when I'm doing that and locked in on the computer by myself, I need the energy. I need the angst. I need to like get fucking fired up for that work. And I always just put on whatever random pop punk radio. Saw this album, and I was like, I know Beauty School Dropout has good music, but I don't like know them. Dove into this album. I mean, one of my favorite albums that came out this month, probably. Through and through, it's really good. Like, if you need some high energy, fast drums, shredding guitar, and good vocals, this album is for you. I bump it in the gym. I bump it when I'm locked in. Get hyped up on the way to work. Beauty School Dropout, man. Good album. And then, in my quest of just listening to a shitload of pop punk this week, I also found another new artist that just kind of blew up on my Spotify out of nowhere. Harry Was Here. Don't think I've ever seen him pop up on any radios. That's how I find everyone. It's just like through song and artist radios and stuff in the playlist. And this guy just came out of nowhere on mine, and he's really good. He's got more of, I want to say like grungy style vocals, but it's still not. It's just more grungy than the high energy you get with the other one. Yeah, but it's really good. He's just got a lot of good music out there. You go to his Spotify page, play his top 5 songs. You'll like at least one of them. Again, if you like pop punk, these 2 people are for you, except one's a band, but you know what I mean.
Hell yeah. Pop punk. I was on the opposite wave completely.
Of course you were.
Yeah, I really like this guy, Runner, with 3 N's in there. He's really good. Also, I'm not finding these artists. There's a girl named Emery Lang, and she shows me all this shit, so I just wanted to shout her out because I keep just taking her artists and adopting them as mine. But yeah, Runner's really cool. I'm going to go see him, and that makes me even more hyped about it, so I've just been spamming his music, and one of my favorite songs, which is literally stuck in my head right fucking now, is "I Only Sing About Food." It's just a great, lovely song. He has songs like your name on a grain of rice? What does that even mean, bro? I don't know, but it sounds good. Vines to make it all worth it, and Eggshell are some of my favorites. And yeah, he's just like an indie twang type of dude. So if you like that type of minimal, twangy, what is it called? Banjo type of music. I was gonna say
Like
Bojangles.
folk, kind of like
Yeah, it's like
Muffin?
not really though, because he uses like a lot of effects. Like it's just very like reverby with banjo and guitar and him singing and drums.
That's cool.
It's like a band, but it's not a band. Yeah, I shouted out Howdy. It's kind of the same shit. It's just a little bit more upbeat. So yeah, Runner, love him. Small, great. Support small artist, Runner. Go listen to him.
Nice. Some girl named Emery.
Some girl named Emery. She just shows me this stuff.
Love it.
How to shout her out.
All right. Well, that's all we got for this week. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We keep these coming every week. We got the podcast, Not That You Asked, with Dave and Sydney. Hour of fun, guaranteed. And we put out a shitload of other videos, so check those out. If you listen on Spotify, give us a rating. Helps us out, and we appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Peace.